I know you're seeing my hand. That's it. That's all you seeing. You seeing my hand, my arm. I am coming back from Chicago. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another sensual Sunday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am Ms. JewCee, traveling, okay? I feel like the traveling JewCee,
The
okay?
grind don't stop.
It sure don't. It don't. So what's gonna happen right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm gonna turn this over to my beautiful, vivacious, absolutely gorgeous, and stunning co-hosts, Miss Siren and Miss Purple Rain. And then I'm gonna come back in as soon as I get to my desk, okay? As soon as I get to my desk. But I will be listening. I will be listening because we got a hot one for you all tonight. Get your pen, get your paper, get your sippy poo, and get ready because it is about to go down. So, ladies, hold it down for me until I get back. And yeah, let's have some fun tonight. Let's have some fun.
So, as she just said, she is traveling. So, we are definitely going to hold it down. We have the lovely Purple Rain down there, who is definitely a great sexologist, as well as many things. So, why don't you?
Why are you hyping me up like that?
Don't hype
I don't know
Juicy
what
up like this. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
I
Don't
don't
hype
know
Juicy up like
who's
this.
juicy. I'm a baby. I'm a baby.
But you're also,
But
but
anyways,
you
good
are
thing.
more experienced than I am, even though you are a baby, which proves the point of you can learn from anybody, whether they're older or younger than you. That is the
That is
point.
true.
So, because I understand where I sit
That
in
is
this, I
true.
am the person that is learning. I am becoming one of you. So I have to
You
honor
are.
who knows more, who has the knowledge, who is the master, for lack of a better word, of this situation. So with this, so even though yes, this is Juicy Tells Erotic Chat, Juicy is definitely traveling. She'll be here in just a few minutes. And today's topic is polyamory and alternate lifestyles. But before we do all of that, we're gonna do our normal check-in. Our normal check-in is just pretty much telling you guys, well, I am doing great, but we're gonna let Jasmine tell you how she's doing first, and then I will
Oh,
give
okay.
all the information. I gotta give it where it's supposed to go. Here you go.
Well, today, hey
Hey,
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Um, I'm doing pretty good. I had a great week. I had a great work week. I just actually finished wrapping up 2 fashion shows. I was a backstage assistant coordinator for one show on Friday, and then I walked in the show yesterday in Cincinnati.
Oh,
So I came home today, and I'm just, basking in my glow of my things that I got accomplished this weekend. So yeah, life is great on this side of the planet. How are things with you, Siren?
things are actually great. And I dare to say, no, I don't dare to say, I'm going to say better and better every damn
Okay,
day. Every damn day.
good.
I'm going to definitely go there. This past week, I had an experience that made me just go. I went to Mayweather Fitness Hollywood this past week, and I had my very
Oh wow.
first boxing session. I
Okay.
have never. I mean, I put boxing gloves on before, but it was kind of like I was just trying to, it really wasn't like really doing anything. But I actually went for a workout, but b a real like how what is it to actually like really do this, like how
Yeah.
I learn it. And the person that I was there with, his name is Coach James. Shout out to Coach James. And he put me through some stuff, and he was like, I don't normally put people in the ring on the first day, but he put me in there, and I felt so freaking powerful. It was unreal. Like I watched the Woman King and was like, oh, I want to do that. I did that shit that day. I felt like, man, any step to me right now. Let's go. Let's go. And I'm not that person, really, honestly. So that was my
I'm that person.
see. I'm really not that person. I'm the person that's gonna be like, let's talk this shit out first. Hold on, time out. Nobody got to get hurt or die. Let's find out if they really
It
need
depends on the energy. It depends on the energy because sometimes I'm on go, especially when it's people I care about or love about, and I feel like they being attacked. I be on go mode.
But see, that's a different kind of
So
thing. Like if there's a way to just kind of solve a problem really quick, I'm definitely for that. But it'd be some stuff that you got like 2.5 seconds to decide, and on that one, I'm like, I'm a bull in a china shop. I'm a tourist. It is what it is. So, but
definitely.
I'm really normally that. So this boxing thing, actually, I'm getting a lot of like out. I didn't
That's good though.
realize how much I had built up. So every
Well,
time
that is amazing. I'm glad you got it out.
man, so yes, Mayweather Fitness, Hollywood, Coach James, thank you. So I had a great week. So with that alone, I had a great week.
Cool.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into who we have sponsoring this show. We have sponsoring JewCee Boutique with all of
Of course.
her pleasure needs, whether it be toys, whether it be you need her to come through for you and show you the toys and have the people come to you, or whether it is me that
Exactly.
needs to dress her when I need my lingerie and my sexy. I go to JewCee Boutique. So I mean,
I do too. I've been going to JewCee Boutique for a long time. So if I need something, I know my sis got it. Like everything from toys to wax to lingerie for them sexy nights. Like I love my lingerie. I wear lingerie for me. So I completely feel that. And then also who we have currently sponsoring is the Erotic 7 and the EEE, the Ebony Erotic Experience. Make sure you get those tickets October 27th and 28th in Cleveland, Ohio. We will talk more about that later in this show. But you guys know that is only like 7 months away, and you do not want to miss this experience. EEE is going to be full of education, eroticism, intimacy, the whole shebang, bang, bang. Okay. So if you know nothing else, you know that the three of us are out here for education and eroticism, and you will have all of that at this experience. If you want information, you can inbox any of us for that information. We also have a Facebook group, and we will be glad to add you so you can get those tickets and book those rooms. Okay.
Absolutely.
So today's topic, like she said, is poly relationships or other non-traditional relationship archetypes. Most people in this realm of life have many different terms for these types of relationships. Genuinely, back in the day when I was growing up, these were called open relationships. Now most people use the term ethical non-monogamy, which basically means that the couple does not practice monogamy in any form, whether it be they are poly or polyamorous. Because somebody did tell me the other day, referring to those relationships as poly, even though there's different forms of polyam, is a little offensive. It means Polynesian. So, somebody corrected me on that. So they rather, even though there's different types of polyam, they like to just be generalized as polyam.
I have people that have a group that call it multi-amory. Maybe that's
multi-amory. Yes, I've seen that before too. So basically you have polyamory, you have couples that are just swingers or lifestyle. You have couples that are open relationships, as well as throuples. Well, that would follow in polyam, but it's still all different types.
There are
of relationships,
different sectors within that polyamorous.
Yes,
polyamorous
there are
multiple loves, correct?
Multiple loves, yes, correct.
And within that,
so you have different archetypes. You have hierarchy polyam, which can be in the polygamous or the polyandrous types of relationships. Polygamous relationships are male centered with multiple female partners. Polyandrous relationships are female centered with multiple male partners, where there's one core person in the middle and everybody is involved in a relationship with that person. You have kitchen table poly. Hi, Oliver. You have kitchen table poly. I think that one's my favorite. That's where the core couple comes and sits at the kitchen table, and all of their partners sit at the kitchen table with them, and everybody knows everybody. Nobody has necessarily definite relationships with each other, but they all know each other and they all get along to get along. There is to me, a more of a respect in that, because me and my core partner have this center, and that might be my live-in partner, but I also have this relationship with Gina, and I also had, whether it be intimate physically or platonic. So kitchen table can include also emotionally romantic, but physically platonic relationships.
Wow. Okay, can
So
you hold on, time out. I feel like I need you to break that part down. Like,
okay, what part? The emotional?
Because okay, so 9 times out of 10, when I hear the word polyamory, the first thing that most people assume is that it has something to do with a sexual relationship. Can we agree that intimacy and sexual are not the same thing? I'm sorry, intimacy and sex is not the same thing and are not necessarily interchangeable.
Correct. Sorry, somebody's at my door.
Oh, wow.
It was one of my goddaughters.
So this is real life stuff here, y'all. We are normal people doing normal things that happen in normal life. That's what this is.
Exactly.
So back to what we were talking about in regards to, I'm saying, can we agree that
emotional romanticism?
Okay, I think that's a better way than what I put it.
Yeah, so you can have emotions to a person. You can have emotions to a person and love a person and have these intimate conversations and intimate parts of life that don't necessarily involve sex. But the biggest thing to take away from that is, no matter what type of relationship in this polyam life that you have, it's about the emotional connections. Yes, sex is a benefit, but that's a benefit in any relationship. So not having sex is not necessarily, the sex part isn't the goal. It's not about wanting to have sexual relationships with multiple people. Sex can be a benefit when you're emotionally attached to someone. But this type of relationship or dating style is attached to your emotional feelings. And it is definitely possible, even though people don't like to admit it, it is really, really possible to love more than one person at one time. I mean, we love our children, we love our families, we love, you know what I'm saying? Like, we love multiple people at one time anyway. So romantically, why is it not possible for people who are monogamous? Because I understand some people are emotionally monogamous. I don't knock anybody in how they love, but some of us are not emotionally monogamous. I'm definitely one of those people. But my emotions aren't necessarily tied to sex. I'm attracted to energy. I'm attracted to masculine and feminine energy. A lot of people don't like how the LGBTQ has all these additional terms for what you're sexually and physically attracted to, but I'm what they call pansexual. Pansexual is basically the definition of being attracted to any person regardless of gender. I am attracted to feminine and masculine energy, and I don't care how it's presented. whether it's cisgendered, meaning being born as that gender, or transgendered. It's the energy that that person possesses and how they approach me as a person that I'm attracted to.
And that is,
So being pansexual.
and
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm not necessarily someone who knows a lot about all of the different love styles, that's what I'll call it, love styles.
Yes. Yeah. Love
Um,
styles. Yes.
there's no other way to actually explain it for me. With not understanding that love style, is that attraction always physical?
No.
Hmm. So if it's not always physical, then
No.
that is not necessarily a sexual relationship
No.
or love. That's not that kind of love.
It's not a lust. No, it's
Oh,
not.
oh, oh! You just said another word. You said lust. Okay, so
Lust.
love and lust, two different things. Please explain.
Correct. Lust is a physical attraction that can happen between anybody.
Mm.
So there are people in the world that in the world that people can be lustful and physically attracted to, but never gain any mental or emotional attachment to them. A lot of people don't like to admit that women can be just like men, but I can be physically attracted to and drawn to somebody's physical energy to the point to where I even want to sleep with them and never really give two shits about what they think emotionally,
Oh,
because my attraction to them is lustful. My attraction to them is carnal. My attraction to them is about the physical. It has nothing to do with their mental state, their emotional state, how they feel, what makes them breathe, what they're passionate about. I don't care about that. And they might not care about that with me either. We might have conversation to be friendly, but that conversation never really goes past, okay, so when we fucking.
interesting. I really honestly love that. That
Mhm.
makes so much damn sense.
It does. It makes sense when you hear it, because when I first started processing that,
Dude, my
it
head
was
is
hard
blown
for
right
me to
now.
deal
My
with.
head is blown because
When,
you.
but because nobody explained it to me, and when I first got into this world, and I was like, I want to fuck him, but I don't have feelings for him. So why do I want to fuck him? I don't like this person, but I like the way they make me feel in the moment.
And you know how
What is
and you know how in the movies or in the movies on TV shows you see these two people who literally loathe each other, but yet find them each other.
the tension be on
Whoo, and then
fire?
they are just like and then you can see, like you said, carnal, but
It's a carnality.
and it's like, but we're taught that you have to, in order to do that, there has to be some kind of feeling, emotion, um, um,
No.
um, um, attachment.
We mistake lust for love all the time.
Hmm.
We must, as humans, we mistake lust for love all the time.
Therefore, with the subject of polyamory and alternative lifestyles, most people will ask the question of, well, why do that? What is your purpose for doing that? Because we're not
It just
necessarily
depends
taught that
on,
there's any other alternative than, hey,
hey.
than monogamy.
So the reason why they do not teach, I feel that they do not teach polyamory or multi-amory or any multiple love anymore is because of religion. We're indoctrinated that it's supposed to be one man for every one woman, and it is what it is. To me, I think that's why there's different forms, because with polyamory, the attention is to have multiple loves.
Mhm.
But then with swingers, it's not about love. You have your core partner. We in this together. You my wife, you my husband. This is us. But we can choose to want to fulfill our lust and our physical attraction to other people by sleeping with other people. That has nothing to do with our love for each other. So I feel like people who are in the swingers lifestyle, true couples that are swingers, have not manufactured, but have processed that thought that love is not that sex does not equate love. Sex equates lust.
Their agreement.
So
Their agreement.
About it, yeah.
Okay.
So with that thought process, you're my love. You're the one I want to share my life with, my finances with, raise my children with, live in a house with, build my life with. I just want to fuck her. I'm not going home with her. I'm not building a bond with her. I'm not going shopping on her. This has a lot of attractions we don't want to admit. Love has nothing to do with lust. We'll talk about that in just a second. I like that question.
Into lust and jealousy of other partners.
And we're going to get into that because that's the whole breakdown of how, and we're just breaking down what the different types are and what the thought process are. We're going to go into that in a second because that's when polyamory or lifestyle, swinging, all of that gets messy. So again, like I said, in order to process these love styles properly, you have to be able to separate, at least with swinging, you have to be able to separate lust from love. With polyamory, you have to understand if it's a situation where, like, let's use polygamy, it's male-centered. Now, with male-centered relationships, you can have the guy and he can have multiple relationships, right? Or you can have a couple and they bring in a girlfriend. So that girl is essentially dating two different people. She's dating them as a couple, but she's dating the woman, which means they're both probably bisexual, and she's dating the man. So you have to have almost a maturity level when it comes to sharing your heart and sharing your finances. A lot of people that are into polyamory are about village mindset building. Again, most of these relationships, though, are not where all of the people are dating each other. Most of these relationships are male-centered or female-centered. So the person in the middle is the one having the relationships. An example of that, I know a male-centered polyamorous situation. He's married to one woman, and the other woman that was brought into the situation is actually the mother of his older children. But it's a village mindset. It's about raising those kids together. It's about building wealth together. They both love this man. It's about building. It's not about, well, he's my man and I want to like, it's about keeping
it's not
those together. Yes.
It's not egocentric. White out
without the proper I think he means without the proper communication and research, things can go wrong. Other persons, I don't know who that is, but I think they're probably from the Purple Rain. But what happens when poly love turns into lust and jealousy of other partners? And then what Lorenzo said, without proper communication is key in any of these love styles, because you're dealing with multiple personalities. You're dealing with different people's emotions. You have to be able to balance your time, balance your space. Everything has to come into play. It can be difficult to do if you're not mentally mature to handle it. Whether you're the one getting jealous or you're the one in the relationship not understanding why your partner is jealous. We're all human. We all feel certain attachments to certain things. And when you feel like somebody's not giving you the same attention that they're giving somebody else, jealousy and envy can definitely take a part. It's natural. As much as people like to say, I ain't jealous, I ain't got a jealous bone in my body. Jealousy is natural. Where it gets dangerous is when you get envious.
Okay, so the person, I don't know if this is the same person or the other person. Please let us know if you are the same person and who you are. It says
Right.
I've been in a situation initially where the woman I was with wanted a poly relationship with another woman, but when it was time to get into it, she felt intimidated by the other woman and shut it down. But she wanted me to engage in a poly relationship with another male. Please help me understand that. Okay, I'm going to say this, and this is me as a person who's not the sexologist, but somebody who kind of understands human behavior. With this,
Hey, Bucci. Okay, thank you.
hello. Okay, so with this one, what I just read and how that just went in my head was she wanted a poly relationship. She wanted to be able, the poly relationship she thought she wanted is not what she wanted. She felt as if I give you the poly relationship that you would be more inclined to go with, which 9 times out of 10 it is the for a man he wants more than one woman. We understand that because if he's not bisexual, pansexual, he's not going to want another man necessarily in his space. That's something that can be expected.
Correct.
So her thought process may have been, well, if I give him this, then if I ask for this, he can't feel any kind of way because I gave you what you would have wanted. Now I'm asking for what
And
I
it didn't
want,
work.
and it didn't work. But now I'm asking for what I want, and maybe it may work, it may not work, but at least we can try this shit. That's pretty much
So,
what that
Bucci, I have a question. Because what you said is true, but I have a question because it'll help me make maybe understand your current your situation more better or be able to explain it. Was your female partner bisexual?
because that's another avenue as well.
Because there's a couple of different ways this can go. The reason why I ask is because, and I'm going to answer this question while he's answering. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, she was. So, with her being bisexual, the biggest thing that could have happened is that she didn't build the bond with the woman that she wanted, and you and that woman were building a different bond. That is why she shut it down. She wanted the situation with you and another woman, and the relationship did not grow between her and that woman. They probably were very platonic, not really physical. She wasn't feeling any emotional attachment to her, and she saw an emotional attachment growing with you and that woman, so she shut that shit down because it was not benefiting to her. And in with her mindset, she probably wanted that bisexual situation to benefit her and not you. This polyamorous supposed to benefit her, and because it didn't, she shut it down. The reason why she asked you secondly for a second male instead is because she knows that you're straight, and a second male in a relationship would not be emotionally beneficial to you but to her. That is why that happened. Again, it's jealousy, it's non-emotional. I don't even know how to say it.
It's one of those
Not
things where
emotional,
you're
but
okay. So I got to ask the question of what made my relationship last, and I said it was communication and leaving space wanting the other person's well-being for them as well as leaving
manipulation
space for
too.
it to be what it is. Absolutely. So it could be exactly what JewCee just said, which is what she said is manipulation, or the
They can't
other
see
route,
Juicy's comments, but yeah.
right? Or the other route could be that she thought that that's what she wanted, and it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a complete control thing. And I understand that you said you gave her complete control, but even though you gave her usually, and that's of that jealousy coming into play because things weren't happening the way she felt they should happen. And
And
so
she
her
wanted to feel
control and
understood and
manipulation was to say, okay, nope, she's not working. So we're going to go get another male because I know no bond is going to grow between y'all because y'all ain't fucking each other.
or she
That's
just
where
wanted
her
to know how she
manipulation and
felt.
control comes in with that. Yeah. Definitely.
It can be from
I mean,
either
and that's just my
extreme.
personal opinion. I don't know her or the situation. I'm going off of what you've typed for us. Different scenarios that could be, and there could be a situation where if you all stayed or were hit the amorous situation, maybe a quad would have worked for you all because there's feeling and feminine energy there, and whatever emotional attention lacking when you were dating the other woman, she could get from the other male, and that way she's never lacking for attention. It seems like she always needs the attention on her, possibly. So maybe a quad would have worked for you all because then somebody's always paying attention to her and your time isn't being divided.
And
But again,
I
that just
definitely
sounds
can.
like somebody that was greedy and wanted everybody and everything to focus on her. And when you all started building a bond yourselves, that made her feel some type of way.
What I would call ego-centered. Long story short, she didn't want me laying off inside of another woman, but it was cool with her playing with another man in front of
Told
me.
you. Didn't I just say that? I just said that.
Maybe that's just
What was good for her
maybe
wasn't good
that's
for him, and she wanted complete control.
yeah.
Manipulation.
Maybe that's the type of dynamic that works for her. So this is
And
not
it
necessarily
might
us
be,
saying
but see, those are the type of people that I feel aren't necessarily poly. They're greedy. Because in a mature working poly situation,
I don't know if I can say that is
it's
completely
not good for me. I would say,
because okay, so hold on really quick because I'm not going to be so quick to say that that was a selfish thing because see there is a such thing as polygamy and polygyny.
yes,
So maybe
yes, but those are situations, not necessarily they're not in those situations because the other partner can't date anybody else though. Those male centered and female centered relationships, yes, the core is with that one person and they're two separate relationships. But in a mature situation, she's not going to go tell either one of her husbands. Let's use a female centered relationship as an example because this is that.
okay.
In a mature
Okay, I think we might. She's paused a little bit. Are we still
triad, it
okay?
has to be agreed upon. Again,
Okay.
consent is always the big thing in these things.
And I do understand that, but I guess where what I'm hearing from all of that is with this alternate lifestyle thing, we go through and we I hate to say, but it seems like we're experimenting. Because see, the thing is that we know that monogamy is not necessarily that thing for us. It just doesn't feel. I'm not. I mean, the idea of I am only with this person and that is it. I can't have feelings for another person in that way. Kind of for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. It never felt natural in my life. In my entire life, it just didn't feel natural. I saw
Well,
it
because
being
we change as people every day.
right, but I mean, I saw it growing up playing like it, but it just
True.
didn't make sense to me. So with that, and go with me on this because I totally understand where you're at. If this is what the person is what you're saying is they're going for, absolutely. I never
I'm
had a
laughing at
threesome,
what he
but she
said.
wanted. To,
I need a piece. I feel you. I'm
hey,
okay. So,
I can't be mad at you for saying it at
right.
all.
But
But
what I
what I'm
was trying to say was before my screen went off, a situation where yes, they're both dating the woman and they've decided as a threesome to close off that relationship is a polygamous situation with a monogamous mindset. Do you
hmm,
get what I'm saying?
I do. So
And some
and that was
people
and
work
that's what
that way.
right. And that
Some
was actually
people
where I
work.
was going with this because a lot of times that can work, but sometimes it doesn't. And I kind of
But
feel like as we're going through this relationship dynamic thing, we are in essence like, I may think that, okay, you know what, I think I do want to do this, and then when I'm in the middle of it, I'm like, wait, hold on, time out, I don't know if I really like this.
see,
Maybe
those
this is not
situations to
working for
me,
me. But
those
it's,
situations. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
I just kind of feel like sometimes we go through situations where we like, I think this might work, but it don't work. Okay, well maybe this can work, and it works for a little bit, and then okay, it's not working anymore for me, and
Yeah.
maybe I'm not necessarily emotionally intelligent enough to understand that, because
Okay,
we're
you in a
not
burn.
in a society that is into that. So with
Yeah.
that, you got the mindset of, okay, I think I want this, and maybe this can work. Okay, and it's not necessarily I want him to have a bad time. I don't want him. I don't want him pleased. It's not necessarily always a setup. Sometimes it is literally experimentation to see if this works for me, because what it was over here, what I was doing wasn't working for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where I'm going. Where my path of it is like, I'm like, because even in my relationship, we filling this out. This
Yeah.
is
Well, I mean,
this is
but
as we go through.
it takes growth and communication. It takes
Yes.
growth and communication. We say on this show all the time, clear, concise communication. Hey, Juicy.
Hey!
On this
Woo!
show, we say all the time the three C's: clear, concise communication. And the biggest thing in polyam relationships, no matter what type of relationship you're having, no, whatever multiple love type of relationship you're having or lust relationship you're having, communication is key. And without that communication, there's always going to be some mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
It just is.
Yeah, and that's the part I think within the alternative lifestyles we have to really put our head around is, we things change, people grow, you can grow in the same
Mhm.
direction, you may not grow in the same direction, it just is what it is. It's not a bad thing against anybody, it just
Exactly.
is. So
Exactly.
I know
I
JewCee is
agree.
going to definitely get us into on our
Have we been
definition.
handling it? Have we
Like,
been holding it
no,
down?
do good, then we do good.
Wait.
Oh, we got a standing ovation with titties. A standing
Okay.
ovation with titties. Oh, we love
Okay,
it.
Mama Juicy.
Thank you.
On this topic that you guys are currently discussing, one of the things I think that we also need to say is, there are a lot of people that absolutely get into these relationships with absolutely no fucking clue about what
I was about to say that.
with no clue of what the actual relationship is about. They don't look it up. They go by what they've heard,
They
or
don't
what they
research.
think, or what they saw, and
I
they
got
don't sit down and do the research together. They do the research individually, and then you have chaos and crap and mess. Okay,
Yep.
because once again, nobody has talked, nobody has communicated. Oh, let's just have a poly relationship. Let's just become swingers.
And to me, those things come from a lustful mindset and have nothing to do with emotions.
But they also have nothing to do with knowledge.
Yeah. But when you're going straight from, oh, I just don't want to sleep with one person the rest of my life, let's just do this so we can have sex with multiple people, and you have no education behind it or true feeling about who you really are as a person, that's where that non-communication is going to come from.
And sometimes it can come from the opposite end of the spectrum, and I think that's kind of like, Jasmine is absolutely correct, so correct. But there's another end of the spectrum that is, I'm looking for something that emotionally I am not getting, and I am not going to put over expectations on my partner to give that to me. I'm good within myself, but within what I need from someone outside, you know what, let me change that. Not need, but what I want
Mm-hmm.
from someone else, because there should never be something that I need from someone else that I can't have or get from myself or do for myself, because there is
Mm-hmm.
not. And I know that for myself. But when it comes to what I want from the other person outside of me, I have learned to understand one person's limits. Somebody might be able to that. Oh, you do that for me. God, I love that. But there's something else I want. So, oh, you do that for me. Oh, I like that. I want that. So I'm not going to put that on this one for this that because this one can do it, and it's not going to conflict because what does JewCee say? We have clearly and concisely communicated. Then we can go through this and see how this works for us. And it may be that it works, and it may be that it doesn't work.
Well, here's the thing. The other thing that we don't do either, I think a lot of people forget to sit down and reevaluate.
Mm.
They don't, okay, so it's just like in business, okay? They usually tell you in business, you need to try something 3 times, okay? The first time it may suck the big one, but the basic concept was there. Okay, so you go back to the drawing board and you go, well, this is what worked and this is what didn't work. I'm not really ready to toss the baby out with the bathwater on this. So let's tweak this. Okay, let's go see what worked. Let's go see what didn't work. So the second time around, it's a little better. Okay, still not quite where we wanted it, but it's better. And then let's try it one more time. And we've taken the last things that we really need to improve. And now we have a finished and complete and wonderful product, we'll just say, in a wonderful world. That doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen, because sometimes when you go to third time, it didn't get any better than the second time. So then you might say, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me, or this isn't for us, even in your relationship. What happens is nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to express, because nobody wants to hurt somebody else's feelings. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're going to be miserable and we're going to not talk to each other, and we're not going to, and sometimes your differences could be like this. And if you would just say something, you could probably fix it. But because nobody wants to say anything, now you're in this relationship with all these dynamics that you don't understand. You're having feelings. I have been there before, guys. I am a swinger. So what happens sometimes is possibly the person that I'm swinging with, he's so into this girl. I'm like, well, why ain't you into me like that? There's this little ping of jealousy that might pop up, but it's not to the point where with me where I'm like, oh, you gonna stop fucking her right now. It ain't like that, because I'm gonna be like, let me get some popcorn and then get a better angle.
That's because you're in a different space mentally when it comes to this shit. I think you understand that. I know you are one of the people, because you are one of the people that taught me that lust and physical does not mean love.
It does not. And believe me, even though I know the difference,
sometimes it's hard to distinguish.
It can get murky. It can get murky.
It can get murky. And then it can be like that even if you've been with someone for 20 years.
Exactly.
It can get murky still.
Because I have feelings for that particular individual, or I care about that individual, or I love that individual. So I'm going to have feelings. It's okay to have those feelings. What is not okay is if you're in this type of situation, you all don't have a safe word. You don't have a stopping point or something that you can say, hey, you know what? For whatever reason it is, I'm getting uncomfortable at this moment. And there's no safe word. There's no stopping. And then you're sitting there, oh, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to, I don't, stop. Safe words are good year 1, year 2, year 15, year 20.
You're 35.
It's pineapple.
Pineapple. You know what, Gucci?
It's that long ass safe word. I'm going with red, white, and blue. Okay.
But can I mean, with all of that, can, and this is my plea for a topic from both of y'all, because it's something that I really do want to know, and I know JewCee gonna be like, I already know. Wouldn't this be a part of the negotiation process that no one really knows exists?
Yeah, but it's a different type of negotiation. Because it's not negotiations in the sense that you're thinking of.
Because
So
there was negotiation when it comes to alternative lifestyles. Period. If you're going to do this,
yes, but they all are different types of conversations.
okay.
When we say negotiations, that's usually in a BDSM term about what we are and aren't allowed to do during play. But when it comes to relationship archetypes, yes, a conversation needs to be had, but those conversations I wouldn't necessarily call negotiations, but talking out your feelings. And it is a negotiation, Kevin, but it's talking out your feelings of what you like, don't like, what your jealousies are, what's your harsh nose. Like it to me, it just is a little bit deeper of a conversation than a negotiation, because with negotiations, to me, there's hard yeses and hard no's. No, I don't like this. Yes, I do like this. You can do this. No, you cannot do that. This is too hard. This is too soft. But in relationships, sometimes you have gray area. I might say right now, I do not want to know your other partner.
Okay, so
yes, that is getting to know someone. But when you're already in a relationship, it's different.
Okay, so and I feel like it's complicated, but the thing is that negotiations don't stop in that moment.
Well, that is true,
because
they constantly, because we evolve.
Exactly, we as human beings, we evolve no matter what. There's nothing that you can do that even if you think you're not doing anything, you're evolving as a person. You don't have a choice. That's
because if something that we're doing that we agreed upon all of a sudden makes me uncomfortable, I'm gonna let you know.
But hold on, that happens in relationships as well. This is the thing, and I'm only going off of my own experiences, so I'm not going to say that this is everyone's experience, but I do understand that there's going to be somebody that has the same experience. As someone, I got married very young, very young. It's some things that I was willing to accept then, that after 10 years of the relationship, I wasn't really I didn't like that. It started being annoying. The next 10, hell the fuck no. That just, to me, is just kind of how the evolution has been. So when it comes to, I feel like when I said negotiations don't stop just in that moment, negotiations are always ongoing. I might grow to a certain point where I'm like, okay, you know what? It's this thing right here I just cannot take anymore, and I'm not willing to do it. And that means that I have to be okay with whatever happens to the relationship. It is called, absolutely. The thing is that we have to be, when something is no longer okay for me, I have to be okay to go to my partner in that clear, concise communication to be like, okay, this is not working for me anymore. Understanding that other person can be like, well, it works for me and it's fine for me, and I don't want to change that.
Okay, so hold on one second. Let's get the definition. You know me.
Well, here we go.
My word.
I knew you was looking up the definition.
No, we already know. My definite. Let's get the definition of negotiation, because I think what happens is, if you're in the act of doing something, if you're in the act of this type of a relationship, a poly relationship, a swinger relationship, you're actually in the act of this. There's not negotiation. That's not negotiation time. Discussion, negotiation means that it's discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. That is correct. All negotiation means. It's something that I would say should take place way before you do anything. That's when you have your safe words pop in. Your safe word pops in when something becomes uncomfortable. And that is when things cease and desist, and you all can have a conversation afterwards about what went wrong, what made you uncomfortable, what happened.
That's true, but that's in a sexual situation. I feel like where I'm coming from with saying that there's not necessarily in negotiations is on the relationship, on the emotional and mental level.
But it's even when you're talking about a relationship, and I understand where Dani's coming from, and I understand where you're coming from. If you're looking at your relationship and you're talking to the person, and something's going south, and it's not something that you've discussed, you still have to have these conversations, and they're
That
tough.
is true.
They're tough conversations to have.
That's the part right there. That's it
And
right
Yes.
there. That is
And I agree.
So when you're doing some of this stuff, hang on a second. Hang on. I think. Are you trying to join us? No. Okay, thanks. When you're trying to have these relationships, and also we got to take into consideration whether we want to or not. We got antiquated thought processes, everybody. We have antiquated thought processes, and what happens sometimes is those antiquated thought processes flood in as well during these new and exciting and different relationships, because we don't exactly know how they're supposed to work. What we do know how to do monogamy.
Yep.
Because
what
that's
we've been
what
indoctrinated with.
exactly. So when we step into oh, we're gonna have an open relationship. Okay.
With a monogamous mindset. Doesn't work.
That part.
Doesn't work.
We're gonna, just like the situation we had earlier. I was listening to the conversation. I didn't get to see everything, but I was listening to the conversation with a woman that maybe possibly was, not super duper comfortable. I get that. I understand that. But her mindset, she started out good.
She told him he couldn't sleep with the other woman. She was doing too much.
Right. And then
I really want to give her the benefit of the doubt on that one and be like, maybe she thought she wanted another woman to do something to her, and she just was, when it happened, she was like, this isn't really.
Yeah. So, sometimes it's like, oops.
But it happens in life. Like, yeah, it's a whoops moment. Like, Wet Daddy Why Not is on our private chat in here, and it definitely could be a whoops. Well, I thought I was gonna like it, and it didn't quite stick.
In our indoctrination, definitely leads to the way we think about, because I'm somebody who has known for a long time that they were polyam, but I still struggle with placement or hierarchy, because my mom, not to put your business out there, mama, but they have an alternative lifestyle relationship, but I'm the daughter of the wife. I'm the oldest daughter of the wife. So I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be the wife. I'm supposed to be her. I'm supposed to be that
So
bitch.
you have a whole other dynamic, or no, not necessarily dynamic, but relationship to the lifestyle. It's not just something that you
but for me,
upon.
my struggle with relationships is when I meet somebody I'm vibing with and I'm trying to get to know them. If there was somebody there before me, even though I'm vibing with them, I feel some type of way. I'd be like, ugh. Not that I'm jealous, because I know my relationship with them is my relationship, but that hierarchy be in my head. Like, but you the daughter of the legal wife. Like, how you gonna be the secondary bitch? Like, that's how I be feeling in my head.
I cannot combat you on that one. I have to agree completely with you because me personally, and I have to like make myself kind of in certain situations because I am a person that I don't give a fuck who it is. And it's not that I saw my mama do it. It's not that I saw anybody else do it. That's just me. Damn it. I better be the most important thing in your life, even though I might not call upon you to do anything. I'm just saying, that's how I feel. It could change. It could change. It could evolve.
And here's the thing, guys. When we were talking when we talked about doing this topic, and um, the one thing I want everybody to understand: not knocking monogamy, not knocking it. If that is something that you can comfortably do, I'm just going to be the side piece to somebody. There you have it. Not knocking. Everybody has a role to play. Okay. You know your role. Okay.
Oh shit.
Not knocking anyone that wants to do the monogamy or but sometimes when we want to do alternative lifestyles or we want to get into the poly lifestyle, we have not left behind the monogamous thought process. So the monogamous thought process is still in our mind, even though we trying to do an alternative lifestyle or a poly lifestyle, and we making up our own rules as we go along, when once again the definitions are out there that you can actually understand and read and read with comprehension what these lifestyles are supposed to be, and then hopefully you can go from there to understanding how it fits. And here's another thing too. This is one of the things I know I like to bring up a lot of times when we're talking about even the BDSM lifestyle. And Jasmine, you and I have, or I'm sorry, Purple Rain, my bad. We have talked about this so many times. I'm so bad. We have talked about this before, but in the BDSM lifestyle, everybody thinks that the BDSM lifestyle is supposed to be one way.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna choke you out, I'm gonna do these horrible things. You're gonna cry, you're gonna look like it's killing you.
And it's not in a good way because all of those things that she just said to a certain person could actually sound like some great shit.
Right.
You understand that.
Right. But a lot of people don't know that there's a beginning. They only know what they see from Hollywood
TV. I'm sorry, this is what I do, and that's what it is entertainment.
Thank you. That's what they see. Same thing when you talk about polygamy. You guys are watching what? Sister Wives on television.
And that is one example.
And I think it's a poor example, personally.
Or like, or as she would tell you that the 50 Shades of Grey series is only one example, and it's absolutely a poor example.
It's a poor example.
I think Hollywood, whether it's reality TV or movies, has a way of only wanting to show the most controversial version of something that is there.
Which is why I say, as a filmmaker, it is all entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
There are some edutainment, but entertainment is still in there.
Entertainment is still there.
Entertainment is still there. It is entertainment only.
And you have to understand, folks, when you're deciding what you want to do with your partner, yes, the internet is a great place to get information. It's absolutely wonderful, but there's also so much information out here that it can be a little mind-blowing, and it can be a little baffling, and it can be a little intrusive, and it can be a little much. But you have to sit down together and sort through what you want out of your relationship and how you want your relationship to go. And if we had on here Lady V and D Black, and on here a couple of weeks ago, and if you go back and look at the shows, and they were talking about the swingers lifestyles and how they keep talking. They still have to have communication between the two of them.
Absolutely.
This is constant. It's not something that, okay, so we're going to do it like this and everybody's going to like it, the end. Come on.
It's not
Everybody,
nothing is that cut and dry ever.
Not when it comes to relationships.
No, they're ever evolving, they're ever growing, they're ever changing. It's just a matter of if you are willing to go through all of those changes, growth, and evolution with that same core person.
Somebody said, please send me.
It's Bucci. I'll send you a friend request. He's in our Purple Rain group.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You have to definitely be secure. I will say that. And I say this to people, that if you step into this realm and you are not secure in who you are probably, I'm going to say about 99% of the time, going to have some problems with this. You have to be secure in your relationship.
Exactly.
If you're stepping into these types of relationships. And more importantly, the two of you have to sit down, the 2 or 3 or however many, do your research and understand what works for you and your partner or partners. And that might not be what works for me, might not be what works for Purple Rain, may not be what works for Siren. It needs to be what works for you all in your relationship, not everybody else's. And I think that's the biggest misconception when it comes to getting into these lifestyles.
I agree.
It has to be a certain way.
But the other thing is that thought process is when you're already in a relationship and you decide as a couple to be multiple love. I think from a single aspect, knowing that is how I love, you have to be secure in yourself. Because like me, I'm a single woman dating, and that is the first thing I tell anybody that approaches me about dating. Hey, I'm poly. What we choose to do as a couple and work through that, we will work out the kinks in that, but I need you to know this up front. And I'm secure in who I am and knowing that, and I'm not willing to let anybody convince me that monogamy is going to work. Now, if I have dated a monogamous guy and he was monogamous to me, but he knew I was poly, and at that same point, it was a polyandrous situation because I did date other people. He was my relationship, but I did date.
So that's a good example of how these dynamics are sometimes not necessarily interchangeable.
But he was secure. But I always made sure, because me and him were in an actual relationship. First of all, the way that worked is he was secure in himself.
Ooh.
He had so much self-esteem and so secure in himself that he didn't think nobody, regardless of me dating, it didn't matter.
Okay, can I just say that was sexy as hell to hear?
It was sexy as hell.
That was sexy as hell.
And that's what kept me around for 10 years off and on, because he was so secure. It didn't bother him who else I dated. He didn't care. Ooh. Go do you.
Cheers.
Go do you. I got you, baby. Go do you. Now, where we ended up being an issue is when he finally realized, because I knew when we met that he was poly. I could tell by the way we talked.
So you were good no matter what.
I was good no matter what. But the problem was he attracted insecure monogamous women that played in the lifestyle. So our problems came when he couldn't check his shit. My shit was checked. Nobody ever questioned. never stepped to him, never did anything. They knew they role and knew they place. His bitches didn't know they role or know they place, and that was our problem.
Or women.
Nah, bitches. Bitches.
We was right.
Because I don't dignify little girls with terms of endearment. And to me, term woman is a term of endearment. Little girls. Let's use that instead of bitches.
We'll use little girls.
Thank you. I can take that one more so than
little
the
girl.
other. That's
little girl.
Just a little
but
piece.
Again, our biggest, because I still love him to this day. My love for him has never changed. But that's where our problem was. And I'm gonna always love him forever. So that's not gonna ever.
I do understand it.
And I'm I'm with you on that. It has nothing to do. I think what happens is the people that get into these relationships, and I'm not saying, I don't want to, never ever will I ever say all men, because I'm not going to say that.
Right.
Some men that get into this relationship, you have a good thing. You have someone in your life that really honestly does not give 10 shits who you fuck. They understand 100,000,000,000% that it is just lust, that it is just a sexual act.
If that's what you tell me.
Every single time you mess up, and I'm going to tell you how you mess up, you are so afraid to tell the next one that they are not number one. They are number 2, or they're number 3, or they're down the line somewhere, or that you have someone that does not mind that you got, because you all can't be honest. Drama winds up on our doorstep.
Because it's not that you're not being honest with us, you're not being honest with your other partners.
With your other partner has nothing to do. I'm like, okay, I know everything. I'm good. I've been knowing everything for years. But you keep claiming that this other person knows and this other person doesn't. And I can tell they don't know. And then when they find out, then here comes all the drama. And I don't want drama at my front door.
That part.
And nobody wants that. We doing great. I could care less.
I kind of feel like it's the thing of, and for me, I have kind of been like this for a lot of my male friends, but all my male friends are not. I'm not poly with all my male. It just does not. That it don't work like that. Sorry, don't. But in a sense of, I love you enough to where we can be vulnerable with each other. You keep my secrets, I keep your secrets. You tell me, you give me a heads up. You let me know so that I'm not walking blindly into anything. You have carte blanche to do whatever the fuck you want to do that is within you to do, as long as you protect me on that end. Have at it. I don't care. I care about your well-being, but you have to care about your well-being more than I care about your well-being, which is why I say do what you do. Give me a heads up.
But when you leave me vulnerable and wide open to be attacked, whether it's verbally, physically,
or my business,
by, when you leave me like that, you leave me, hang me out to dry. But I got your back, and I'm making sure that the little insignificant ones that I'm messing with, they can't even step to you.
That part.
They know the truth, because I don't have a problem with telling them, this is my number one.
This is what it is. If you can play by this game right here, then we can
play by the rules. Not, you two can stay.
And I don't even use numbers. I say that's my core.
This is my number one.
It's
to me, that's your core.
I'm locked in. That's who I'm locked in with. That's my core.
That's them. That's him. Or well, it is. That's how he go. That's him. Understand that I got your back the same way I got this one's back, but do not put me in a position where I need to choose. If you're gonna do that, then I'm going to choose me, and whatever I choose to do is what I choose to do. So
Yeah.
it's really that.
Yeah. And my thing is that a lot of people don't understand, and I like I said, I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying a lot of people don't understand
On both
that we
aspects, on both sides of the coin, male
on
and
both sides,
female.
right? On both male and female,
Mhm.
exactly. They don't understand that you can get somebody in your life that loves and cares about you and doesn't mind that, maybe they're busy, maybe it's a long distance, maybe it's this, maybe there's a lot of different reasons why the dynamic of your relationship might not be the traditional
Yep.
relationship. And as long as y'all are honest and you're communicating, as we say, the 3 C's, clear, concise communication, you can have a very successful relationship and a very happy and meaningful relationship with a person. Because a lot of times, a lot of years, uh, uh, Purple Rain has mentioned 10. I've done 20. You spend a lot of time. You got you spend a lot of time and energy and effort, and then you invest a lot of energy, effort, and money and time and all this kind of stuff and emotions, and you don't want to just toss it out. Like I said, you don't want to toss the baby out with the bathwater.
That part.
but but there comes a time when, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not going to keep being marginalized and or um put behind somebody else that's behind me.
But I think that goes along with what Purple Rain was saying earlier in regards to you loving yourself and knowing yourself enough to be able to
Mm-hmm.
be in this type of relationship and evolve within it. That's something that I don't think we really even think about. We want it how we want it. That's it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But nobody else thinks. No, you have to be healed within yourself to know that you don't need it. You want it. Therefore, you can evolve within it.
Well, and on top of that, just with my own personal experiences, I was married twice. I'm happily divorced twice. Husbands would love to come home. They can't ever. Um, when the trust is gone and you've betrayed the trust, that's that. Um, some people try to get the trust back. We're gonna try, but you only half-ass try. And it's very difficult to get trust back if you're not going to work at it.
Yep.
Um, and I mean, it's not, and it's not up to you, the person that broke the trust, to tell me when I should be over it. Okay, that's a deal
It's for
breaker.
no one to
Okay,
tell anybody when they should be over anything because you're
Mm-mm.
not
That's
them.
that's not for you. So when you're in these types of relationships, it's very important to understand why people get into different types of relationships. I do believe in the institution of marriage. I did at one point in my life, I should say. I believe, oh, you had me hook, line, and sinker. I do, till death do us part, forsaking all others, and found out that forsaking all others had nothing to do with forsaking. Like, oops. But indoctrination, how I was raised, what I listened to, and then I found out, this shit ain't for me.
Then I must.
And I'm
I
actually,
feel like I might be the only person that is actually in the institution and just understand that it's a piece of paper contract that is held up in court.
and that's pretty much it.
That's how I feel. That's why I divorced mine.
Well, I'm not.
So,
I don't see divorce in my future. But we
Well,
are in. But we know we are in an open relationship. So
I
right.
do. I'm gonna say this because I don't. Divorce isn't for everybody. Divorce was for me because we didn't see eye to eye on the contract anymore.
and ours is not because we have human beings that come with us.
And my divorces. One was because my husband gave me a communicable disease that almost killed me,
Mm.
and my second was because my second husband, used to put his hands on me. So I,
I need a
I have
bat for that.
I
Every time
have
you say that, I
I
need a
have
bat.
no desire honestly, to remarry.
Mm-hmm.
No desire to remarry.
And
And
I have
I've
all
been,
the desire in the world to remarry, but I'm not putting up with nobody else's bullshit.
And I don't
yeah.
see that if mine actually goes that way, I don't see myself remarrying, honestly. I don't.
And so when you talk about marriage, I found out that I did better, at least the first 11 and a half years, with someone for yeah, that last part a little bumpy, but the first 11 and a half were pretty smooth. But but anyway, um when it's the last 9 that have been
What
a
is
pain
we
in the
gonna
ass.
do with her?
It's the last 9 that are a pain in the ass. But even with that said, even with the in and out, the rocky, the da 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 da, even the 20 years has been better than my 2 marriages put together. So there is something to be said
It's
for
weird because just listening to you, it made me think about something. So I had somebody ask me the other day, what's my fantasy? And you know
Ooh.
me, I'm open about sex and everything. So I was like, I really don't have any fantasies because I'm open to stuff, right? I don't have just something, ooh, I want to do that. Because 9 times out of 10, at the age I am now, I've already done everything I wanted to do.
that.
And I looked at him and I said,
I admire you for that so much. Just so
I looked at him though and I said, you're going to find this funny, but my fantasy is marriage. Because I have this fantasy of what I feel like marriage would be for me. And because I have so many walls up, I can't see it. So that's why it's a fantasy. Because even when
Understood.
I give my heart to someone, something stops me from getting to that fantasy, whether it be them, whether it be me, whether it be us as a decision, something has always stopped me because my idea of what a marriage should be, work, companionship, friendship, best friend. The sex part to me is a bonus. Like I don't even think about the sexual part when I think about sex, when I think about marriage. I think about a business partnership, and I've never had that in any relationship I've had. I've always had liabilities.
Ooh, okay. So to me, JewCee, that goes along with what I say, and this is not at you at all because I know
Yeah.
this is
No,
not
no,
what
no.
you do at all. Is when we meet a guy.
Mm-hmm.
No, no. Hold on, time. Let me go back. No, we
We didn't even meet him
see a
yet.
guy. We
Me.
see a guy,
See ya.
and we go through the entire fantasy. Thank you for saying that. And I'm gonna say Purple Rain said that. We
Fantasy.
see a fantasy that we think we have in our head that we believe we can make that happen. Oh, that is the proper person, the looks, oh my goodness, what he's exuding in that moment, which is only based off of his emotions in that moment, his energy. And we have met him, found out his name, dated for a little bit, got engaged, met the parents, got married, had 2.5 kids, got served divorce
Talking spot.
papers, went to court for divorce, and now we're just co-parenting and we're no longer together.
All in 5 minutes.
Man, no. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah. Tops.
And he ain't even said hi.
You don't even know his name.
don't
You
even know his
don't
name.
know his name.
I'm gonna be Mrs. Smith.
Don't
And the
even know his
funny
name. Right. I'm gonna be Mrs. Smith.
it might be Jones, but it's funny because when I said that to them, they laughed. But I was dead serious because I
It makes
even find
sense.
myself watching like that Marriage at First Sight and Love is Blind show.
But that's what you're being flooded with. That is what
But
the masses are
I
being
tell
flooded
myself,
with.
I tell
It's
myself all the
easy
time.
to find
Yep.
love and this is what you do to get it, and then you get married. And let's be clear, because what you said was really kind of key. You actually talked about the marriage, you talked about the relationship after the marriage.
Yep.
A lot of people only go to the wedding.
Yep.
So do understand that there are only people that just want the day.
Yeah. I know. Oh, I
Then
know.
they get into the marriage and they like, oh my gosh, what happened? Who is this person that I married?
Which is why I've always said there's two things that would keep me from being on a show like Marriage at First Sight. One, I'm poly. Two, I still have kids. If I was the age that, no matter what age I was, even if I had been married before, if I didn't have kids and know that I was poly, I would do that show in a heartbeat.
It changes a lot. That whole kid,
because it's not about the day for me. It's about what we build after that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key to all of that. No matter what type of relationship archetype you have, is how you handle the communication and the bond that you and the person you were in a relationship in while in the relationship. How do you communicate? How do you work together? How do you negotiate through problems?
And that has nothing to do, folks, with just being in a monogamous relationship.
No, it does not.
That is all relationships.
And it's harder. It's harder in non-monogamous relationships.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say harder. I'm sorry. I don't want to say harder.
I say it's harder because you're dealing with multiple personality types.
But and I understand that, but that could be something that's actually easier for somebody to deal with than just one.
True.
So that's the only reason why I say I'm not going to say hard. I'm just going to say it's different.
It's definitely different.
It's different.
So guys, I know, look, I missed part of the show. Trying to get back from Chicago. Woo!
But you made it, and you made it safely. And look at how radiant you look, because you made some money. And just so you do understand, I do want some. Well, I know you can't get full details because I know the party you went to.
Who?
Her? Oh, it was nice. It was nice. Y'all see my picture?
Yeah.
Anyway,
we saw it.
I'm jealous. But I know Aries, so it's okay. Like I said, whatever you can tell us, the next show I do expect to hear some of those. I don't want to we don't need to know everything. But yes,
it was a great show, and we, one more time, got to give a shout out to Aries and wish him a very happy birthday. Had a great time in Chicago. I'm definitely tired. I'm feeling all of it right now, but it was a great show, and everybody that supported that event and put on a fabulous event. It really was. Corey was there. It was great. And
that's the reason why I was like, yes, I need to know.
That was the hostess.
I love her.
Corey Bell. So you guys out of Chicago, the comedian, she's fabulous. And we just, like I said, it was I'm tired because I didn't get into like about 3, which would be 3:00 my time in the morning, and then turn around and get on the road trying to get back here to Cleveland to be here tonight for the show. So, and I got to give a shout out to my girl Deborah for letting me bunk at her place, and then of course Miss Entice was in the house with me.
Hey.
And she was doing the damn thing. Slipped on some lingerie and was walking around butt ass naked.
Y'all know. Let's go.
So we really, really, really had a great time at the event, and I'm just happy to be home safe and sound. I know I'm gonna sleep good tonight, and but definitely we want to talk a little bit about EEE before we get off of here.
Yes.
Because we had a little confusion, and I want to make sure we cleared that up. I did talk to some people, so I wanted to make sure that everybody understood what happened. So we made a decision, the Erotic 7, to change our ticketing. Okay, so the ticketing there is no more general admission ticketing. Reason why is because no one was buying general admission tickets. Everybody is buying VIP tickets.
So that means you should have bought it when you had the chance.
Well, and since you didn't, it actually gives us a chance to expand the VIP experience
Yeah.
to both floors.
So
So
everyone will have a VIP experience. Let's go.
everybody's going to have it, and it's going to be throughout the entire 2-floor building. So that is the reason behind it. We had a discussion, we talked about it, and we decided that it was going to also, it's also going to be a little easier on us to be able to have a lot of great stuff going on both floors at the same time. So there will be a lot. So once again, you need to go out
Yes,
to
Bucci. I'll send you the
Eventbrite.
info.
Get out to Eventbrite. It's right here. It is on the screen. It is the Ebony Erotic Experience. It's happening October 27th and 28th, 2023, here in Cleveland, Ohio. You can go out to the website at www.eventbrite.com/e/Ebony Erotic Experience, the second coming burlesque edition. Tickets 510-180-994-087. Or you can just look it up by the date, October 27th and 28th. You can look it up by the city, Cleveland, Ohio. And you can also just type in the Ebony Erotic Experience and it'll pop up that way as well. But they are out on Eventbrite. The tickets are. We do have a payment plan that is still set up. What we did was we extended each month's payment plan by 1 month. Okay. So if you buy your tickets now, you can split that into 3 payments of $75 plus taxes and fees. And that goes until April 30th for the first installment. Okay. So April 30th. And we're not going to extend it again. After that, you'll have to pay the $225. So we extended it to April 30th. Then we extended the next one to May 31st, your second installment. And then we extended the third one to June 30th. So we will be done taking installment payments by July 1. Just letting you know, everything else will be $225. So we're trying to help you out.
Gotta get it. Let's go.
And get your payments that way. Already on board, we have Lady V and D Black from Atlanta, Georgia, joining us.
I'm be front row.
They're going to be doing one of the demonstrations that they will be doing is face sitting, but also they are a great couple that, if you know the topics that we just went over tonight, they are a couple that works with people that want to get into swinging, how to have a threesome and not fuck up your relationship. They are a great source of information, and they are also sexuality coaches as well. All the way from Barbados, we have the passion poets. Mr. Robert Gibson will be in the house. We'll be doing some crazy things with his poetry. And if you have not heard any of his poetry, please go on the Ebony Erotic Experience 2023 group page, go down, and get a puppy pad. Get a puppy pad. And we have hosting the event all the way from Chicago. Mr. Hood Raised is in the house once again. We have an award-winning erotic poet, as well as he is published a book writer. So you definitely want to. He gonna keep it lit, okay?
So y'all just heard all of that. So y'all just heard we got 2 poets and published authors, and one is a host who, I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually like watched his videos. You want to be there.
You want to be there.
You want to be there.
And we have sponsor packets if you'd like to sponsor the event. If you cannot be there in person, but you would like to help us financially, we do have sponsor packets available. They start at $250 and they go all the way up to $5,000. quite nice sponsorships. So you can definitely sponsor us. And we also have vendor spaces available. The prices on the vendor spaces have not changed. We still have general admission, which will be on the first floor, and VIP vendors, which are adult vendors, so adult products, adult BDSM, anything that's adult movies, adult books, that's all up on the second floor. But understand, we only thing that we changed is that the VIP tickets are now for everybody, and everybody's going to get the full experience. So yeah. And we haven't even announced half.
We're not gonna give them that yet. No. See,
We haven't even announced half of the entertainment. Not
That
even.
part.
Not even. So understand, we are doing this a little at a time because our event is in October. So we just want to give you some teasers and get you guys. We have people that are. I will know tomorrow. Our block of rooms. We have one king left as of Friday and two doubles
I got my
left.
room. I got my room.
Got my
My
suite.
room. I got my room.
We have a host
My
hotel that
room too. Yeah, right.
a host hotel that has been totally remodeled. It's absolutely
I'm
gorgeous.
so excited.
Our venue is totally private.
Let's go.
Totally private. You cannot get to the EEE. And let me let you know, October 13th is the last day to buy tickets.
Yep.
We plan on being sold out before then. We are not just advertising on Facebook. We're on FetLife. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on all of our pages. We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. TikTok. So get your tickets. Do not think that we are only in one place advertising this event. And this is for us, by us, about us. This is the Ebony Erotic Experience. It is for people of color and their admirers. So get your tickets. Do not wait. It is there's a great birthday present for you.
That part.
Great birthday present for you. We plan on it. We about to turn up. I'm just
We
saying.
are. It's gonna be an amazing experience, you guys. You all definitely don't want to miss it. We got a lot. Like, we've given you all a little bit of what to expect, but y'all just don't know. We have a lot going on that weekend, and it is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. So if you are following any of us on social media, just inbox us and we'll get you added to the info group chat, or we will gladly send you the link to get tickets and hotel. We all got the information, and we got 4 other ladies that have it as well. So contact us and we'll get you the information you need so you can come and spend that great weekend with us.
And the Erotic 7, which is a group of women who absolutely know how to show you the most erotic time. So you do not want to miss all of us together. We
Can't wait.
We come from all over the country. I'm in LA, y'all, and I'm coming to Cleveland. Let's go. I mean,
we got Chicago in the house. We'll have Chicago, Indianapolis, LA, Cleveland. Okay, so we're coming from all over.
Florida, like, come on.
Florida,
like,
yes.
Georgia, yes. We coming. Come on.
This is something that we've done before, everyone. So please understand, we did this back in 2017, but due to the pandemic, we had to cease and desist. We had to halt our plans back in 2020 to do this event then. So this is not like we haven't done this before.
Oh, yes.
We have, and we've grown it, and we have taken it to the point where we have tweaked it. And we're making it
be electrically flogged this time.
Like,
we have it out there. Man, I was flogged before, but I want to do it again. But I want electricity this time.
Mischievous Creations will be in the house with the floggers and the thuddies and the you name it, she's got it. And the body jewelry with the code. You guys have to see this jewelry. It's coded, so it's in Morse code. It is so cool. So
Ooh.
for those of you that are in the BDSM lifestyle, if you are a sub or if you are a dom and you want some secret stuff, she makes this stuff right then and there. She can put your name in Morse code. She can put your slave's name in Morse code, and nobody will ever know. It is
Ooh.
so freaking cool.
I
And
like that.
it's so neat. It is so neat. So definitely. And even if you can't join us, please spread the word.
Yes.
Please tell people about it. Tell them to contact us. We want to have as many people as we can at this event. We do have a cutoff, but we're not there yet. So we got plenty of time so everybody can get your tickets and join us. I mean, I'm very, we're going to be working very hard to make this like the premier erotic event in the Midwest.
Yes,
And
we are.
we are very dedicated to bringing. And did we mention it's a burlesque theme?
Y'all know what that means.
I might only have on some pasties. You never know.
I mean, I done already found my stuff.
Oh, I found my stuff. It just hasn't come in. It hasn't come in yet.
I already got my stuff.
So we got corsets, we got fishnets for the
I got
ladies.
my vintage by Savage right now. So but
We're
it's gonna be.
Honey, it is a private venue.
I just got an idea.
So you just never know what might be on our own. But you got to get your tickets. There are absolutely no tickets sold at the door. Don't even think about it, because that's not going to happen. There are absolutely no cell phones allowed except for staff, security, and our vendors are allowed to have one cell phone at their vending tables.
Get that one, Jess. Purple rain. Purple rain.
What? I don't even want to have my phone. I hope y'all act right, because I don't want nobody to have to contact me. I want to enjoy and work.
I'm talking about that one right there. I'm talking about that one right there.
What?
That comment.
No, the comment, it says, I'm coming, how I came in the world plus a trench coat. Well, there you have it. That's not burlesque, but we'll take it.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
That's not burlesque.
Especially since he said my fetish is any woman that's light skinned.
Well, yeah, you know what? I don't know if I like.
Looking at three of them right here.
Size. I had to think about that. I do, but you know what? Come on, just give us something that goes with the imagination, please.
Yes, and not only that, but we love that idea. But please go buy a ticket, okay?
I just sent him the link. He better go buy it tonight.
Get him.
He playing. Hold on, time out. If I don't get a notification that you don't got a ticket, don't play with me.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I feel some lip service over here. In
that part.
Over here, some lip service.
And I'm not pointing at Purple Rain.
No, we talking about in the chat area.
First of all, I've already sent him an inbox with the code, with the link to buy his ticket, and I added him to the information group. He has no excuses.
Oh, so therefore I should see a purchase within the next 5 minutes. Don't play with me.
Mr. Morning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me.
It has been sent. You are on notice, sir.
Thank you.
Don't come to another. Don't come into another show talking until you have done so.
You've been sent to the corner just that quick. So, guys, tell everybody how they can reach you before we get off of here tonight, because your girl.
I'll go first.
Okay.
You guys can reach me on Facebook at Jasmine Purple Rain. You can also reach me on YouTube at Purple Rain's Play Palace. And I'm working on TikTok and Instagram. Those is out there. But if you really want to know my Instagram and TikTok, message me on Facebook because I'm more active on here.
And for me, you can find me on all platforms at Dani's Window View or Siren's Window, and that would be SYRENZWINDOW, or Dani's Window View, DANIZWINDOWVIEW. That's what you got.
And for me, it is Dara Ms. JewCee Smith on Facebook, Ms. JewCee1 on Instagram and on Twitter, and Ms. JewCee on YouTube. Okay, guys, look, we had a great night tonight. I got to give it up for my ladies for holding it down until I could get out the car, get off the highway, and you guys did awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of the two of you. You made this night just so informational for everyone. And I hope you guys really learned something tonight. And I hope that you'll join us again next Sunday night right here. Yes, something going on. Not exactly sure what yet, but we will get that together for you. We start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard, and 5 p.m. for our folks out on the West Coast. You know what? We love you guys. Enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. Make sure you get your tickets to EEE. Do not forget, go out to Eventbrite. We'll see you next Sunday night. Bye-bye.
Good night.